For our session today, we will be having addition of integers. Now, to start with, let's have vocabulary first. An additive inverse or inverses are two numbers with a sum of 0. 23 and negative 23 are additive inverses because when you add 23 and negative 23, the result is 0. Okay? Now, addition of opposites. When you add two opposites, their sum is 0. So opposites are called additive inverses when you're adding them together. So take note, when I say opposites, they are just very similar with additive inverses. Therefore, the sum of an integer and its opposite is always 0. So you have there positive 1 plus negative 1, that's 0. Pwede sa natong balihon. Negative 1 plus 1, that's still 0. Now, let's consider the number line. A number line or number lines are excellent way to add positive and negative integers that are not opposites. Now, before having the concept about the rules in adding integers, it is supposed to be that you should know the number line first because this is a good visual concept on how to see addition using the number lines. Okay? Now, so you have there a number line na ano siya yung mga linya-linya din ha. Then each line is represented by numbers. So take note, in here, 0 is the middle number. I'm gonna change color first. Okay. 0 is the first number. Going to the right are positive numbers. Going to the left are negative numbers. Now, let's have a word problem. On the first play of their drive, a football team loses 8 yards. The next play, they gain 3 yards. What is their yardage for the team's first 2 plays? Now, I'm going to be using this concept. The first play plus the second play. The first play is negative 8. The second play is 3. Now, using the number line, step number 1, start at 0. So, I'm going to be starting at 0. When using the number line, always start with 0. Now, step number 2, to represent negative 8, move 8 times to the left because negative means to the left. So, moving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, take note, that's the location of negative 8. Now, next, you already know the location of negative 8. So, from negative 8, let's now add positive 3. Now, take note, positive 3 is going to the right because it's positive. So, take note of this concept. When it's negative, move to the left. When it's positive, move to the right. So, starting from negative 8, so I'll be moving 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And where did I stop? I stopped at negative 5. Therefore, the answer is negative 5 for the problem. Okay? Now, what do you already know? Positive integers are on the right side of 0. Negative integers are on the left side of 0. So, an example of that is positive 4. An example of a negative integer is negative 4. And take note, the middle there is the 0 integer. And this means that they are opposites. Okay? Now, let's now begin. You know how to plot an expression on the number line and find the difference. Like, for example, 5 plus negative 2. So, step number 1, plot the integer first on the number line. What's the first integer there? It's positive 5. So, I'm going to plot positive 5. That's positive 5. Then, asa tanihonong ni positive 5, unsa may sunod dira? Negative 2. Negative 2 is going to the left. So I will be plotting the second integer now, wherein I will begin it with the last number where I left off. So starting aning negative 5, kini siya, dili ko mag-start sa negative 2, which is going to the left. And where did I stop? I stopped at positive 3. So the answer here is simply positive 3. Okay? That is using the number line. Next. Now, let's have negative 3 plus negative 1. So let's plot the first integer first. Negative 3, that's over there. And then, starting at the end of negative 3, you begin with step number 2. Plot the second integer, that's negative 1. That's negative 1. So, all in all, asa man ko ni hunong? Ni hunong ko ni negative 4. Maunang, our answer is negative 4. Okay? Now, let's have another one. Is the sum of 2 and 7 positive or negative? So take note, the sum of two positive integers is positive all the time. So you have it there. Let's prove that. I'm going to begin with positive 2. So that's positive 2. Next is 7. Morning 7. Sir, nganong 7 sir? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? So that's why I ended up with positive 9. That's why our answer is positive 9. Now, what if you are given negative 2 and negative 7? What is the sum here? Is it positive or is it negative? It's negative all the time. So take note of this. So when you're having, that's negative 2, plot negative 7, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you stop at negative 9. So the answer there is negative 9. Okay? Now what about the sum of negative 2 and 7? Is it positive or negative? Now, the rule here is so simple. The sum of a positive integer and a negative integer will be the same sign as the integer with the greater absolute value. So meaning, which is bigger, 2 or 7? Of course, dako si 7. Unsa may sign ni 7? Sir, it is positive. So therefore, expect that your answer should be positive. Okay, let's go. Let's start with negative 2. So I'm going to plot the first integer, that's negative 2. Then you plot the second integer. You have it there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So where did I stop? I stopped at positive 5. Okay? Now, this will be now our addition rules. The rule that you know already. To add two integers with the same sign, add the integers together. The answer will have the same sign as the numbers. Like for example, 3 plus 5 is 8. Negative 3 plus negative 5 is 8. So both are positive, therefore it should be positive na sum. If both are negative, the answer should be negative na sum. And then you add 3 and 5. You add 3 and 5 to get 8 and 8 here. Okay? What if you're having opposite or different signs? So take note, to add two numbers with different signs, subtract them. So bigger minus smaller. And then the answer will have the same sign as the bigger digit. Okay? The answer will have the sign of the bigger digit. Now, let's have these examples. So you have here negative ug positive. Minus, what is 5 minus 3? It's 2. Now, which is bigger? 3 or 5? 5 is bigger. What is the sign of 5? 5 is positive. Therefore, the answer is positive 2. Now, if I'm going to have 3 plus negative 5, of course, I will subtract these two. 5 minus 3, that's 2. Now, why is this negative? Because ang 5 man ang greater number aning duha. Unsa may sign sa 5? Negative man atong 5. That's why the answer is negative 2. Okay? Now, signs for addition. Positive plus positive, add, then positive. Negative plus negative, add, then negative. Positive plus negative, you subtract them. Take note, subtract the digits, then copy the sign of the larger digit. Whether negative ka una, positive ka sunod, or positive then followed by negative. Okay? Now, let's have more practice now. I want volunteers now for our activity. Okay? This is a short discussion for today. Then tomorrow we will be having subtraction of integers. Okay? I'm gonna have this one operation at a time. Let's begin with this practice exercise. Any volunteer? Anyone? You can raise your hand. I'm gonna call you. This one. Let's start with this. Any volunteer? Any volunteer? Somebody is raising his hand for a while. Yes, Vaughn. You're raising your hand, Vaughn. What is negative 1 plus 4? Positive 3. Okay, that's correct. Let's have another number. Let's have 7 plus negative 3. Any other volunteers? Yes, it's still Vaughn. Okay, I'm gonna call na lang some of your classmates, okay? Can I have Kerr? Can I have Kerr? Kerr Kabantok? Yes, what is 7 plus negative 3? This is my question, Kerr. Do they have the same sign? Are they both negative or are they both positive? Unsa man siya, the same sign or different sign? Different sign. So take note, basta different sign, isubtract na nato. O pila may isubtract na nimong 7 og 3, pila yung result? 4. Nya asa may dako, si 7 or si 3? Unsa may sign ni 7, positive or negative? So unsay result nato dire? The answer is what? Positive 4. That's correct. Okay? So take note of this. Unlike signs man na, different signs, you subtract. The same with number 1. Gisubtract na nato ano man, different signs man siya. Let's have number 3. Can I have Anthony, Jediah? Anthony, can you turn on your... Yes, thank you, Anthony. What is negative 2 plus negative 2? Okay, that's very good. Take note, you will be adding 2 and 2, that's 4. Then same sign man siya, that's why it's negative 4. Thank you for that, Jediah. Let's have 6 plus negative 9. Can I have Mayan? Mayan, are you there? What about Jasmine Reyes? Jasmine Reyes, are you there? I'm gonna check na ay nag-chat. In call messages. Yes, Mayan. Mayan, good. Computer. Sige, Mayan. What is 6 plus negative 9, Mayan? You can type in your answer. No problem about that. Sige, Mayan. What is 6 plus negative 9? Just in code, type in your answer. Yeah, let's check whether you're right or naapay i-clarify ana. Or would your classmate, anyone would like, Vaughn, can you answer this, Vaughn? 6 plus negative 9? Negative 3. Okay, that's totally right. So take note, unlike signs gapon na, i-subtract jud na ninyo, then you copy the sign of the bigger number. So, nga nung gi-add man ako sa 3, kay puros man negative. Kung puros negative, kung puros positive, i-add. Copy the common sign. Kung positive siya og negative or negative siya positive, meaning dili parehas ang sign, you subtract, then copy the sign of the bigger number. Let's have another one. Number 5. 3 plus 8. Anyone? 3 plus 8. Both are positive. Moni pinakasayon sa tanan. 11. Okay, Chrysler, that's 11. That's totally correct. What about negative 6 plus negative 4? Unsa may buhaton na ako ni i-add or i-subtract? I-add. Ngano mang i-add nato, Daniela? Who was that? Nganong i-add man ni nato? Nganong i-add din nato? Kay? Parehas sila og sign. That's good. Now, what is 6 plus 4? 10. And what should be the sign of 10? What should be the sign of 10? That's correct. It's negative 10 for that. Okay? Number 7. 9 plus negative 5. 9 plus negative 5 is how much? Are you gonna add them or subtract them? Nganong positive 4 man? Sige, explain daw ba nganong positive 4? Nganong gi-minus man nimo? Very good. Different signs, you subtract, then copy the sign of the bigger number. Let's have number 8. 6 plus 13. Negative 6 plus 13. Anyone? Mauni siya common nga masayupan ninyo. Ang buhaton ninyo, i-ada yun. 6 plus 13, 19. 19 ang answer, Anna. Which is wrong. Take note, that's negative and positive. Unlike signs man na. So, what are you gonna do with that? I-add or i-subtract? Asa man jud, Anna? Which is bigger? 13 or 6? Unsa may sign ni 13? Okay. It should be positive 7. Okay? So, sakto na to imuha ganiha, 7. Pero ang dapat, ang sign ato niya is positive. Kay, dako man ang 13 niya, positive man ang 13. Now, what if I'm akong ilisan? Himuon ko ning 6 plus negative 13. O, pilay answer na to, Ana. O, mauni siya negative 7. Okay? So, take note of the difference, Ana, ha? Be careful. Now, let's have another one. Number 9. Negative 11 plus 4. Negative 11 plus 4. How much is that? Are you gonna add them or subtract them? Negative 7. So, you subtract them. That's 11 minus 4 is 7. Ya, kopyahon ang sign sa bigger number. Negative. So, negative 7. Number 10. Negative 8 plus 3. What is negative 8 plus 3? Unsay sign ni 5? Positive or negative? Very good. It's negative 5. Okay? Number 11. 12 plus 7. The easiest na sads. 12 plus 7 is how much? 19. What about number 12? 19 plus negative 7. 19 plus negative 7. Are you going to subtract them or add them? Positive 12. Okay, that's totally right. What if I'm going to change this? Negative 19 plus 7. How much is this? Negative 19 plus 7 is how much? Yes, negative 12. There you go. That's correct, Daniela. That's negative 12. Okay. Now, let's have 2 word problems lang para ma-apply nato ang addition of integers. A submarine is situated at 450 feet below sea level and then ascends by 75 feet. What is the new position of the submarine? Now, unsay pasabot nimo aning 450 feet below sea level? Is that positive 450 or negative 450? Okay, take note ani, basta below sea level, that's negative. Below means negative, so negative 450. Unsa may pasabot ninyo aning ascends by 75 feet? Unsay pasabot sa ascends? Positive musaka. So therefore, naatay negative 450 o positive 75, which will give us negative 375 feet. Pero dili man ta mo tubag ani sa problem. Ato ning i-interpret. Unsa may pasabot aning negative 375 feet? Darang answer na to. So, unsa may answer na to ani? Ang location sa submarine is 375 feet below sea level. There you go. Kani. Yeah, dili man na siya di man na siya possible nga positive imong answer. Ani nganong di man possible nga positive 375 feet? Sige, kamo kunoy reason out. Nganong sa mga dagat-dagat like submarine, dili man na pwede positive atong answer. Nganong dili man pwede positive ang answer? Oh, kay ang submarine, not unless na wings ang submarine, that's totally correct. Di man na mulupad ang submarine, not unless atong problem is about airplane. Okay? So, take note lang tana, ha? So, our answer is 375 feet below sea level. Number 2, the temperature at 8 p.m. was 6 degrees Celsius. At 2 a.m., the temperature increased 13 degrees. What was the temperature at 2 a.m.? So, alas 8, ang temperature is 6 degrees Celsius. Pag alas 2 sa buntag, sa kadlawon, ang temperature ni saka to 13 degrees. Unsa may bagong temperature niya sa alas 2 sa buntag? 19. How did you get 19? You simply add. That's 6 plus 13. That's 19 degrees Celsius. So therefore, the temperature at 2 a.m. was 19 degrees. Okay?